Okay, it's March 1st, and I'm just going to do a couple little notes here. Back here, we need to have a companionway coming, down from the inside the pilot house down into this aft cabin, and it's going to be tight unless I really hack into the deck beams here. So now I'm going to notch out, of course, the top part here down to this, so you're at this would be basically the floor level or sole of the pilot house level here. So there'll be a notch cut out there, and so I'll have to reinforce in between the, I got this space between this deck beam here and the plywood. So I have to reinforce in there, put some framing in there. But I think what I'm going to have to do to get enough room so it's not so god-awful tight coming down in this space here, I think I'm going to have to move this deck beam over to the other side. Wasn't exactly thrilled with the way that deck beam, some of these deck beams came up a little short. You can see there. Wasn't real thrilled with that. I don't exactly know why that happened, but anyway, I think it's going to have to move to the other side so I've got more space between here because if you're coming down in here, that's going to be awful tight. It's going to be tight even if this is on the other side, but it'll be a lot better. I could do like I'm going to do in the forward cabin there. I could put a landing in here and then have a stairway coming down here, but I just don't want to use up the room in here for that. So probably going to have to move this deck beam. And I've been working on these bulkheads up here, and you can kind of see how I did this. What I did here, this is the second layer now on here. So it's all clamped around the perimeter, and then in the field inside here, how do you get those pulled together? So I wound up just using screws and fender washers to pull it together. And this is the first one I put on down here, and I've pulled the screws out already. I reused them up here is what I did. So it's now I'm gonna have to fill all those. Yeah, depending on how I finish it back here. If I put some paneling or something on here, then you wouldn't have to do anything. You wouldn't have to fill these holes, but yeah, a lot of clamps. It never fails. I don't care how many clamps you have, you're probably not going to have enough. You'll always find a use for more clamps. That's just kind of the way it goes. And I've been thinking about my door back here too. Of course, I'm going to have to frame this in up here and put plywood on up here as well. But I've been thinking about what to do for this engine room door. And I'm wondering if I might not be better off just having the door land on this outside edge, and then have a seal, and then have the insulation on the door go to the inside, and you could have somewhat of a seal here on this perimeter too. But putting a foam seal or something around the perimeter on the outside, then have a latching mechanism that secures it, holds it down tight. I've been trying to find door dogs, the kind you turn 90 degrees and it catches on a little pin or whatever, a little plate on the inside. And boy, those are hard to find. I mean, the door manufacturers sell replacements, but it's like nobody actually sells those things. And I suppose I could make some. I mean, that would be within my capabilities, but I don't know if it's really that necessary or not, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't think we're going to have watertight compartments in here. I mean, inside the boat anyway, between the different cabins. They aren't going to be watertight, so I can't see that's going to be that big a deal, other than you want it to get sealed up. You don't want heat and sink and what have you from the engine room and sound coming through. So it'll need to be sealed up fairly well in that respect. And I think I mentioned I decided not to put a walkway through here. I got that North Sea exhaust system, and that's got to go across here. And it's going to have to be up high enough, so yeah. So I don't think I'm going to try to put a walkway through here. Yeah, we'll just leave it the way it is. But I can get panels into the aft cabin there, even if I got planking on. Well, side planking, bottom planking would negate that, of course. But so I can plank the sides and still get 4x panels up through these slots here. Probably even this one yet too here. So I need to get the bulkheads done in the forward part of the boat, and these back here don't need to be done right away. But I want to get these done while I can still get panels in here. So I don't want to seal up that aft bulkhead until I get all my panels up in here. And I'm just about done with this one, of course. Both layers are on there. And then I got this one here to do. And then the bathroom to frame in here. So I'll have to make some final decisions on what I'm going to do size-wise for that too. I was hoping to get a twin XL mattress in here for a bunk bed, or for a bed and then a bunk above it. I don't know if that's going to work or not. It's 38 inches wide, which is pretty wide, and it gets really, back here it comes out a long ways, and that doesn't give me much room here. I do need to have access to probably, well, and I think maybe it's going to be here. That's going to be 4 feet. This would be 6, 7 feet back would be right here for a bow thruster. There'll need to be a hatch cut in there for the bow thruster. And then, of course, something for the chain locker, which I think I'm going to access from above, but I still want to put a drain or something coming in here, I think, to drain that out. But anyway, I just thought I'd shoot a little video of this bulkhead going in so you can kind of see what I decided to do there. And they seem pretty strong. I don't think I'm going to need to do any more reinforcing. Both of these are, there's no give to them. If you put your weight into them, they're pretty strong. This one doesn't have anything in the middle, but the plywood's running vertically on the first layer and horizontally on the second layer, and it's 2 half-inch layers, so that seems to be pretty adequate. And of course I got 2x4s in here, and I used pocket screws to attach these. They're all glued in too, so I don't think they're going anywhere. Anyway, I just wanted to show these bulkheads going in real quick.